Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Tuesday today, and I've been away for a little bit. I had a wonderful time visiting my family in Calgary, and then we went to Banff, which I haven't been to in such a long time. What a beautiful place it is. We had such fun, and we even did some crafting while I was away. So I'm back today with a sketch challenge. So I hope somebody's going to join me and can tell me whether there's sound, because just before I went live, I clicked a button that I shouldn't have. I hope I've got sound. So if you're joining me, please let me know if the sound is okay. Otherwise, I might have to drop off and come back. And I'd rather do that before now than when I get actually started. So if you're here, just pop on, tell me that you can hear me and all is okay, or just give me the thumbs up so I know whether to continue. So every Tuesday I jump on and do a sketch challenge, and I post the sketch. Yeah, I know. It was so pretty, Betty. Oh, it was so lovely. The leaves are turning, and yeah, very pretty. I had such a wonderful time. So Tuesdays, I jump on and do a sketch. And so this sketch will actually go live on Instagram and Facebook. So if you miss any of the measurements while I'm on, it'll go live in about half an hour. So you can pop on and find the sketch on either Instagram or Facebook. All right. I am going to use the deckled circles today for my sketch, but you could use a circle, punch, or dies, depending. It's kind of a large one, so if you've got some of the, the ones that have retired, the layering circles, even maybe the stitch circle. Yeah, I think they were stitch circles, if I'm remembering, or the stylish shapes. It's not quite as big, but anyway, it's kind of the focal point for the card today. So let me switch over and we'll get started. So this is the sketch. As I said, there's a circle on here, and I'm using the deckled circles. I've been stamping, I've got red on my finger. So this is the sketch. So the card base is either 5.5 by 8.5 or 4.25 by 11. Then the gray layer number 1 is 4 inches by 5.25, and then layer 2 is 3 3/4 by 5. Lots of things you can do with this. Designer series paper, embossed cardstock, all sorts of things. Now, the circle is about 3 by 3. So I went through my deckled circles. Oops. There isn't exactly one that is 3 by 3. So there's one that's just a little bit bigger and one that's a little bit smaller. So roughly 3 by 3. And then the sentiment, or this layer, is 3/4 of an inch by 2. And if you are going to use that for the sentiment, it can be whatever size fits your sentiment. Okay, so that's the sketch. Now let me show you what I'm going to use. I am using the Merry and Bright bundle. I haven't really played a lot with this until recently. Kind of too bad, I get these and then I don't play with them. But oh gosh, I'm really loving this. So of course, there are great stamps. Hey, Catherine. For this, I love these where they're blocked, and so you get the negative. The words are actually are white. The rest is a colored image, depending on what color you ink. Some nice sentiments, and then of course you have the lights, the different kinds of lights, and then the wire, I guess that is. And then the filaments for it and the caps. Kind of a fun stamp set. And then you have the dies. So you have dies that will cut out strings of lights. You have the dies, there are multiple for each of the different shapes of the lights. The caps, there are multiple ones. There's either ones that are embossed and cut out, or just stamped and cut out. And then this one will cut out a string. What else is there? On the filaments and a star. So it's kind of a really fun set of dies. And then, of course, if you haven't seen these are the deckled circles. There are 14 different circles. Some 5 3/4 is the largest down to the smaller ones. And it just has that kind of rough edge to them. Okay, let me bring in my supplies. I'm using Poppy Parade. I love Poppy Parade. I think it's my favorite color. And so I have gone ahead and cut out a circle And I think, what did I end up using? That one. So it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the seventh largest, I think. Yeah, seventh largest. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So it's the middle. You could use one bigger, one smaller, up to you. Okay, so let's kind of start. I'm not going to use an embossing folder on this. I thought I might, but I'm not going to. So I've got a piece of thick basic white cardstock. That's my base layer. And it's cut 4 1/4 by 11. So we're going to score it at 5 1/2. And as always, grab your bone folder and fold into the mountain or the raised line. I'm sorry, I'm going to cough. I'm going to tickle. All right, haven't been doing this for a while. All right, so there's my card base. And then I've got a piece of Poppy Parade that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I've got a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. So those are my 3 base layers. You could easily emboss this one if you wanted to, but I'm going to. This is the paper from the Merry and Bright set. So I'm going to use this one that's got the little fa la la on it. So that's kind of going to go right there. It covers most of the white layer. So I'm not actually, let's actually glue this one down first. But you could do some stamping on this, or you could emboss it. And then this can go down on the card base. I like to use, going the right way, the thick basic white when I'm using it as a card base. It just makes it kind of stands nicer. Okay, and then this, look at these lovely polka dots. It's really bright and cheery, this paper. So this, oops, make sure I'm going to get it going so that you can actually read the fa la la. Okay. So I've got it just kind of up to the edge of the Poppy Parade layer underneath. Okay. All right, so I'm going to now do some stamping and some cutting out using the stamped images and the dies. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use these, I don't know what they're called. These are the more traditional lights. I'm going to do a couple of my Poppy Parade. So I'm going to stamp a couple of these in Poppy Parade. Like that. And then I'm going to stamp a couple of the caps in Tuxedo Black. We'll cut those out as well. I like these the dies for this because they actually there's 2 of them, so it's makes it easier to cut out. Now there are 2 different sizes of filaments depending on which bulb shape you're using. So I'm going to stamp the smaller one. I never know which way these go, so I'm going to make it go down like that. I think that's the way it goes. Don't hold me to that. All right, and then the last thing I want to stamp is I'm going to stamp, what am I going to stamp for a sentiment? I'm going to stamp Merry and Bright. So it's actually 2 different words. So let's stamp it in Poppy Parade. And let's do Merry on the other side. I'm going to cut those out because you know me, I like to cut out. And I don't think I do. I was going to say I don't think I have something for the inside of the card. Yeah. Hey, Cindy, welcome. Oh, Estelle, welcome. Oh, good. Perfect. Thank you for coming on and telling me that. I don't know what happened when I first came on, but it just seemed to felt like I hit the wrong button. Okay, so I'm going to cut some of these out. Really need to put a new set of plates on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. Now let's take these and, like I said, I love the fact that there are multiple of these so that you can cut them out at once. Now I'm using Post-it note tape. You could use washi tape or a Post-it note, but Post-it note tape works really well. And of course I have misplaced my roll of it, so we'll just use this one. Might have to go, be brave, and so again there's 2 of those ones. I'm just going to grab my Post-it note tape. I think I moved it. Yes, I did. All right, here it is. Okay, so just makes it so much easier. There we go. Okay, now what else do I want to cut out? Oh, I know. I've got a piece of black here. Thank you, Cindy. Perfect. Yeah, thumbs up is good. All right, so I've got a piece of black cardstock, and I'm going to just take, this is the there is a stamp if you wanted to, but I'm just going to take this. This is kind of the wire for the, let's move these out of the way so I can do it lengthways, and I'm going to make sure I have the kind of curly Q in it. There we go. All right, I think I have everything ready to cut out, so we'll do that. There we go. Let's bring this back. Now, if I had been smart, I would have put adhesive sheets underneath my wire, because they're really tiny, like fine little die cuts. Yeah, the multiples of everything are amazing with this, so that you're not having to cut them, do it and run it through multiple times. Just makes it so much faster. Oops, dies. So as I said, there are 2 different of these caps for the lights. There are the ones for the stamps, and then there are ones that will cut out. If I had used the black, it cuts it out, it embosses it, which is kind of cool. Okay. All right, oops, the die there. Start assembling things. So I'm just going to take, I like to use glue dots. It makes it so much easier than a little bit of glue. I don't know, it's just faster. So I'm going to use glue dots to put the caps on the lights, and they nicely give you a little little piece of cardstock that isn't stamped, so that you can, oops, there it is there, that you can adhere to. You could pop them up, I guess, if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use them. Okay, poke that out. Now, like I said, if I had been smarter, I would have used adhesive sheets for this. It would have just made it so much easier, but I'm going to try and just get a little bit of glue on here. And I don't want to hold the whole length of this, because I'm just going to take it and put it across like that, and then cut off the excess like that. There. Oops. And like that. There. Oops. Okay. Hopefully that'll stick. Now I am going to use dimensionals on, if I can find my full sizer there. So I'm going to use regular size dimensionals on the back of these lights. I could go both ways, but I think I'm just going to take, actually, I'm going to try and move this. I wonder if I can. Nope, I can't. All right, well, that's okay. After I was very carefully, that's okay, cut off the, or made sure I had that little curly Q. I've covered it up, but that's okay. All right, so I've got a piece. This piece of Poppy Parade is cut the size that I said for the sentiment, 3/4 of an inch by 2. I'm going to put it down at the bottom. So I'm just going to take and cut these out. The fact that these are just rectangles makes it so easy to just cut around. Easy, fussy cutting when you have straight lines. There's one. I guess I could have done this in black. All right, there we go. So I'm going to use, my Mary stuck to my finger and went down between all my dimensionals. I'm going to use the little mini dimensionals for these. There we go. All right, so that can go there. Okay. Oh, I did the filament. Oh, perfect. I never know. I don't know. It just seems not to. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. So it's just going to go down like this. And then I think my Marion Bright is probably too big. So I'm just going to not worry about making sure that it's only, so let's do it like this. Let's see. There we go. All right, so there is the card, but it needs some kind of embellishment. So the embellishments that come with this suite are called iridescent adhesive back discs. And they come, this is really bright colors. They come in granny apple green, kind of a pink, melon mambo, a bluish color, and then of course the Poppy Parade ones. So we're going to use those ones that are Poppy Parade. They're flat discs, and they're very shiny. They're iridescent. Oopsie. And so just, yeah, I really love these. Now that I'm playing with this, gosh, it's kind of fun. All right, we do need to stamp something on the inside of the card, of course. So let's take and stamp one of these, just one of the twinkle lights down here in the corner. Make sure I do this the same way. Yep, okay. Like that. And then a little cap. Like that. Oops, I didn't get that very straight. Oh well. Oh, dropping things today. I'm out of practice here. There we go. There is a very cute card. So if I can find my sketch, pretty true to the sketch. So lots of things you could do with this. Even some embossing on the back of that would have been really pretty. All right. So like I said, when we were in Calgary, I actually took some of the festive tag kits for my sisters and my niece and I to make. So we sat looking out over the gorgeous mountains. We were staying at the Banff Springs Hotel. What a gorgeous hotel. And so we actually just sat enjoying the view, making these tags up, and we had such fun. So it was kind of nice to do some crafting with my sisters and my niece. All right, I will be back live again tomorrow with a technique. So I hope you'll join me again at 2 o'clock Pacific for the technique. And then again, Thursday, I'll be back regular time at 2 o'clock with either a mystery challenge or my thank you cards. I haven't quite sorted that out. Oh, perfect, Betty. They are really pretty. Yeah, we had such fun making them. So makes this, the festive tags kit makes 15 tags. So you'll have lots of tags for your Christmas presents. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.